2 days ago, Senator Gideon Moi accepted his party's nomination to run for President of the Republic of Kenya come 2022. I looked at this event, I looked at the function, I looked at the guests and what they said. I looked at Gideon Moi in terms of what he said, in terms of what he didn't say. I got myself thinking. And today I want to share with you Kenyans. But I begin with a question. Is Gideon Moi going to run for president? The party nominated him and he accepted. But is he going to run for president? Question number 2. OKA, One Kenya Alliance, comprising Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Wetangula, Gideon Moi, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Are they going to run individually? Or are they going to remain one OKA with one presidential candidate? Question number 3, the elephant in the room. Is OKA not going to support Raila Odinga? Question number 3B. Is OKA not going to agree with President Uhuru Kenyatta? Why am I asking all these questions? First, I looked at the guests, and like any other Kenyan, we were wondering, how do you go and celebrate your competitor trying to get power? It's courteous to attend, I know that. But in politics, things don't just happen. So the presence of Moses Wetangula, not Moses Wetangula, he was represented by, I think, Wamalwa. The presence of Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Raila Odinga, raises certain concerns among Kenyans. I also looked at the event and listened carefully to what this gentleman said. I came to the conclusion, which I share with you Kenyans today, that these gentlemen are not going to run for elections. Not Gideon Moi, not Musalia Mudavadi, not Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, not Moses Wetangula. The impression I got from this function was that these gentlemen will back Raila Amolo Odinga for presidency. I looked at Gideon Moi, what he said. I looked at his body language. I concluded even he, Gideon Moi, Senator of Baringo, son of Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, may God rest his soul in eternal peace. Gideon Moi was not even convincing to himself. Leave alone convince me as I watched. I'm sure he didn't even believe in the entire narrative of the day. So I believe strongly that there was no OKA there. If you looked at what they call OKA, it wasn't visible. Musalia has been combative. He wasn't even combative. There is this talk that there was a speech. In fact, I've seen a speech purportedly written by him, which he was supposed to read, which looking at the occasion, looking at what was going on, Musalia Mudavadi must have concluded that was the wrong speech. If you look at that speech, I've read it. If it is his, I'm not sure it is his. If you read that speech, you see the combative Musalia Mudavadi, who has been saying he's not going to back anybody else. It is in that speech. But when he rose to speak, what was in the speech and what he said were different. If you listen to Kalonzo Musyoka, these gentlemen are going to support Raila Odinga. Talking of Raila Odinga, there have been other events in the very recent past that kind of point to Raila poised to be the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. Apart from looking presidential, acting presidential, and being everything but president of the Republic of Kenya, there have been 1 or 2 events in the past, 2 or 3 events. In Kibra, President Uhuru Kenyatta, in the presence of Raila, going to launch some hospital. I don't know whether we launch everything these days. In Kibra, Uhuru all but said he's backing Raila. Yes, he said it. Now, if Uhuru says he's backing Raila, and all these gentlemen have been hoping that he would back them, what does that indicate to you? And you can go back to the Gideon Kanu function. What does that indicate to you? Either these fellows have accepted to back Raila, or Uhuru has said to hell with you. I think that Mombasa meeting Uhuru had with Raila, Kalonzo, Musalia, and Wetangula, I think it marked the end. Either they agreed, but they are dealing with managing their followers. You know, you need to manage your followers. I remember last time Mudavadi agreed to back Raila as a NASA presidential flag. There were things happening in Western Kakamega town. So you need to manage your followers. Either they are managing them, or Uhuru go to a point and say, go your way. I've tried to help you, you are not listening. Because I'm sure, in dealing with Mudavadi, Kalonzo, and Wetangula, Uhuru must have told them, yes, I can support you. But give me the roadmap. Where is the pathway to power? Put the numbers on the table. And I think they can't put the numbers on the table. For that reason, they have either, on the basis of logic alone, from Uhuru and the rest, agreed to back Raila, or he has let them go their way, knowing all too well they are going nowhere. So that event in Kibra, where Uhuru is more or less saying it's Raila, would seem to indicate either the other principals have agreed to back Raila, or Uhuru has given up on them and told them, go your way. The other incident is at Safari Park Hotel. An event that took place in a hotel, in the hotel on Thika Road, where Mount Kenya Foundation members, some people call them Mount Kenya Mafia, Mount Kenya Foundation members, the who is who in the Mount Kenya region, the billionaire class, they met Raila, much as they said they were going to meet other leaders. And I found it rather belittling to the Oka leaders that this gentleman, and maybe there was other lady I didn't quite watch, that Mount Kenya Foundation will give Raila attention as one person, but lump these people together as Oka and meet them, ostensibly over the same issue of whether they can be president. I found that telling as well, that the Mount Kenya Foundation, the billionaires of Mount Kenya, are putting their weight and their money behind Raila. Now, when you look at these things, and you look at Raila as a person, you look at his demeanor, and you look at the way things are falling in place, I think it may not be too much to announce to Kenyans that Raila Amolo Odinga is poised to be the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. This many people have known. But William Ruto had worked in such a way, some people began to doubt whether Raila will be president. Indeed, it got to a point where people thought Ruto already had the thing. But events in the recent past, the kind of people who are falling in place with Raila Odinga, there isn't a serious Kenyan leader who is not with Raila Odinga. Political leadership, religious leadership, business community leaders, all these people, if you talk to people, if you talk to government functionaries, top civil servants, top public servants, if you talk to them, people who only a few months ago were wishy-wishy or directly saying, no, it can't be Raila, you can't say Raila in Mount Kenya, these people have all changed. So when I look at the events, beginning with the Kanu event, I am convinced that Raila is poised to sit in State House next year. And not just that, it is with the backing of Gideon Moi. It is with the backing of Kalonzo Musyoka, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. He's better known as Kalonzo Musyoka. When you add Stephen, it sounds a little funny. Kalonzo Musyoka, Salim Davadi, Moses Wetangula. In the event these gentlemen don't back Raila, they will go their way, they will enter into irrelevance, and I think that's what Uhuru is hinting at, if indeed he hasn't convinced them. So back to the Kanu event, a wonderful event, very colorful, Gideon coming on the top of his game, coming out very clearly as a serious Kenyan, but reading through the event, I could see here is a prince with his measured moves and talk and pronouncement, you could see Prince Gideon Moi, a man poised to take over from either Raila Odinga or whoever will take over from Raila Odinga. And that, to me, seems to be the obvious.